He was tired of waiting. Every morning, Eliakim walked past the old fig tree behind his small house. His father had planted it when he was a boy, and for years it had grown tall, but never bore fruit. "A tree that doesn't feed," he would mutter, "is just taking space." He watered it, pruned it, even prayed for it. But still, nothing. Season after season, only leaves. The neighbors laughed. "You're wasting your time. That tree is dead inside." One day, when the sun burned too hot and his patience burned out, Eliakim picked up an axe. "Enough waiting," he said. "If it won't bear fruit, I'll plant another." The tree stood silent, its leaves trembling softly in the wind. He swung once, twice, but just as the third strike fell, something caught his eye. A small cluster of green buds was forming at the top branch. Fruit, tiny, fragile, but alive. He froze, his hands trembled. Now, after all this time. But anger is louder than revelation. He lifted the axe again and struck hard. The tree cracked, groaned, and fell. The tiny buds fell with it, crushed in the dust. That night, a storm came. Heavy rain, fierce wind. Eliakim's roof leaked, his crops drowned, and the next morning his yard was a swamp of mud and broken branches. In the ruins, he saw the fallen tree, half buried in water. Its roots, once deep and strong, were now pulled up and exposed, and at the base of the trunk, he saw something that pierced him deeper than the axe had cut the wood. New roots, tender, fresh, reaching downwards. The tree hadn't been dead. It had been preparing. Eliakim knelt in the mud, staring at what he had destroyed with his own impatience. "You were growing where I couldn't see," he whispered, "and I killed you because I couldn't wait." For days he couldn't eat. His mind replayed the sound of the axe, the fall, the silence after. Then one morning, he went to the market and bought a small fig sapling. He planted it in the same place, this time without expectation. Every day he watered it quietly. No prayers for speed, no demands for proof. Just patience. Years passed. The new tree grew slow but steady, and one evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Eliakim noticed something familiar. Small green buds forming near the top, shimmering in the golden light. He didn't shout, didn't celebrate. He just smiled, touched the leaves gently and whispered, "I'll wait." His neighbors mocked him again. "Why waste time on one tree? There are faster fruits." But Eliakim only said, "Fast fruit feeds the mouth. Slow fruit feeds the soul." When the tree finally bore fruit, it was sweeter than any he had ever tasted. Travelers came from other villages to buy figs from the man who waited. And whenever someone complained about delays, Eliakim would point to the tree and say, "Roots grow in silence. If you dig too soon, you kill what God is still building." He died an old man, sitting beneath that same tree, his hands rough but peaceful. The villagers buried him there, under the branches heavy with figs. Years later, a drought swept the land. Most crops withered, but Eliakim's tree stood tall, its roots deep enough to find water beneath the earth. It fed the hungry long after other trees had died. And so they remembered him, not as a farmer, but as a man who learned that waiting is not weakness, because sometimes the silence of God is not his absence. It's his preparation. Patience is not wasted time. It's sacred soil. What seems delayed is often in the making. Never cut down what God is still growing beneath the surface.